But hey, I'm with Sam over here at the Festo booth. They're always coming out with some cool stuff. And so we're going to take a look at what they're doing in the medical market. Okay, Sam?
Okay, well, there's a pretty broad variety of new products and technologies we're bringing to the medical market. I think the biggest news for us is in the last 2 years we built up a Fluidics development center in the U.S. in Boston, Massachusetts.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I work with the Fluidics Center.
Okay.
A lot of what we're doing is pressure-based dispense systems.
Okay.
And these dispenses are going to be used to dispense either very, very small, microliter to hundreds of nanoliter levels of liquid in life science. But
okay.
We do a lot of other dispensing in other markets, and glues, etc. But the basics of the system are you need a pressure control system, which the Festo VEAB proportional regulator is about the best in the market, because this will give you very, very precise pressure control in the sub 5 millibar or sub 7 thousandths of a PSI range.
Okay.
And you take something like this and you pressurize a vessel, and you can use an isolation valve. So we've got this going to a pressurized vessel with whatever liquid you want, and then you use the solenoid here to control the outlet pressure.
Okay.
So now by controlling the pressure here, I'm controlling the velocity of the liquid as it comes out.
Okay.
And then by using this solenoid, I can control the actual amount of liquid. So
nice
using
small compact packages.
Exactly.
Yep.
The other nice thing about this is often a customer will use a pipetting system for something like this. Pipetter is much physically larger. I can put this on a z-axis and then occupy a very small amount of weight. In fact, I can put 8 of them on a head for a much smaller volume than a single head dispense system.
Okay.
This is light and it has a single connection that can then go to a pressurized dispense, so I can either very precisely dispense 8 of the same liquid or 8 different liquids.
Okay. Very unique. So we're back with Sam again. Sam's going to show us a little bit more as far as the unique actuators that are really tailored for the medical market. So Sam, go ahead. I'm going to give you the mic over here.
All right. So we have several interesting Festo components here, but it's built around the most interesting innovation by Festo, which is the YX-MX. This cross slide and this cross slide are part of what's called an H-bot in the robotics world. What makes this unique is usually the way you have an X and a Y motion in a system is you stack axes up. You have your X axis and you have to put your Y axis on top of it. The problem with something like that is then I have a cable chain here, I've got all the added mass of a second motor, etc. What this system does that's unique is we use the equivalent of an Etch-A-Sketch mechanical system. So we have 2 static motors here. You can see in each one of them, if you drive both of them, say, clockwise, the Y will move back and forth this way. If you drive one clockwise and one counterclockwise, the X will move this way. So by doing this, we get XY coordinate positioning with 2 static motors. The other interesting thing about a system like this is it's what's called a parallel kinematic system. The 2 motors are always working together for every motion. Because of that, you can get double the torque output. You can either use a smaller motor, or you can get more torque, or you can get a higher speed with a system like this. So the H-bot allows you to make a lower mass system with less cabling, with higher torque capability. Now what we've done as well here is we put together a package of components so that a customer can put together a system quite easily on their own. The YX-MX consists of an H gantry like this, so you can specify your X and Y axis however big you want. A Z-axis, which you can specify, I think, from 0 to 300 millimeters. All the connections to connect the 2 together. And then a controller, which we can see over here, which can control both the axes and also has a wide variety of I/O for doing third-party things. The other thing that makes this controller unique is the dual processor controller. One controller is dedicated for motion control. The other controller is dedicated for vision processing. So this is uniquely well suited for vision control. You'll see if you go back over here, we've got one of the newer Festo camera series. This is being controlled by the vision processor in the PLC, as well as the YXM, or as well as the X, Y, and Z controls.
You have a lot packed in there, Sam.
This is it's definitely 10 pounds of sawdust in a 5-pound bag.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks nice. It doesn't look overwhelming. I love the technology. Really simple.
Yeah.
Really focuses in on a great market here.
And this is among the smallest size you can make it. It was made so we can bring it to a show. But these could be 24 inches by 24 inches. So this is a very, very scalable solution.
Very cool. Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.